Good morning, traders. Welcome to this week's Elliott Wave Forex and Cryptocurrency Market Analysis webinar. I hope you all had a great week. You were in the good and capable hands of Sandile last week with a weekly outlook. And as usual here, we will be looking at how we forecasted the market in the last week, how the market performed, and the outlook going into the new week. So before we get started, if you'd like to contact us, you can check out the description of all this video. Under the description of all our videos, that is our channel, Trading Waves, and under the description, you will find our contact details. Right, so there you can see it under the description. Those are our contact details, the two mobile numbers, the Telegram channel, as well as our link to Trading View. You can also follow us on our social media pages, that is Twitter and Facebook. That's where we post our charts and what we are doing on a day-to-day basis. You can follow us there. Right, and if you're interested, we are going to be running our course for this year. It's going to be the first course for this year on the 29th of May. It is a live 10-day course that shows you how we look at the market. So we look at the principles of wave theory, and if you want to see the market with our perspective, that is the course to attend. 10-day course, 29th of May. You can look out for the links to join or purchase the course on our website. And don't forget to check out our chart of the week on the website. I'm just going to open there the chart of the week. So just remember, you need to be logged in. You just need to register there just to be able to watch this chart of the week. It is a free chart that you can access. And this is what we forecasted on AUD and New Zealand on the 7th of May. This has gone on to play out very well. And we have dropped, although we did not drop to the 0.5 that we were looking for, we dropped to around these levels. And now we are back up. So we've dropped about, we'll just check how many pips when we start with the recaps of the week. So that is what you would have gotten if you have checked out our free chart of the week on our website. Right, so let's get started with the business of the day. I will start with the recaps of some of the charts that we looked at in the last week and what our members have been getting. I've already opened up these links and I'm going to open them up here now. So let's just get this screen on the side here. I've already opened the links. So we use Slack to communicate with our members. So that is where these links are coming from. So let's just have a look at what we forecasted. This is a straight line up chart. As you can see here, pound AUD was pushing to the upside. We were looking at this as being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves, and we're looking for this one to start correcting here and these 3 waves here. So what have we got in there? We have got that 464 pips. Is this done? We're going to look at that when we start with the outlook shortly. So let's have a look at pound CAD. This is pound CAD. We also looked at pound CAD to be pushing up higher, up to this level. Right, so let's see how did pound CAD play out. So as you can see, we're already 604 up. We've already pushed above this structure as far as pound CAD is concerned. Let me just get my pad here. So as you can see here, we've already pushed 604 pips from what we had forecasted, and that is what we are looking at there. Now, looking at the euros, let's have a look at the euros. We're looking at this to start correcting. Again, this is another 5-wave moves in the green here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We needed to see the correction after the 5th wave, and that is what we've got there. Let's see how that is played out. Euro AUD, as you can see, 662 easy pips with that corrective structure. Is this done? We'll give the outlook shortly. So let's have a look at Euro New Zealand. Again, same thing. You can't get Euro out here and not get Euro New Zealand. That's why we've got that expecting the same thing, except this was a corrective 3-wave structure there and not a 5-wave structure. But nonetheless, we're looking for that to give us a 3-wave move. And that is what we've got in there. Simple 890 pips on Euro New Zealand. Let's look at the others. Pound Chief. Right, so pound chief, it was giving us a very strong divergence around this area. I'm not showing that on the RSI, but that was what we were seeing on the RSI. And we were also looking for these to be playing out, these expanding flat here, for this to make a move to the upside. How does that play out? As you can see, 251 pips. Is it done? I was still going to see more upside. More on that as we start with the weekly outlook, forecasting for the next week. So let's get right into it. Let's look at the focus for the upcoming week. Right, let me get to the charts now. Let's bring that on the screen. Right, so that is the chart that we are looking at. Let's just make sure that we're recording the right screen here. Right. Okay. Right. So this is a US dollar chief, but I'm not trying to look at US dollar chief. I want us to start with the dollar index as well as the euro US dollar. Okay. So I'm going to show you two views. Let's go to our website. Let's go to the website. Right. Let's have a look here. I'm going to go to the website. There we go. So back to the website. I want to start with a euro US dollar and just show you what our view is. So our members have got access to all these charts. As you can see here on the left-hand side, these are all the charts, all the US dollar charts, all the yen pairs, the pound pairs, euro pairs, commodities, cryptos, indices, and the cross pairs. So that's what they have access to. So every single day before the London session starts, we update all our 1 hour charts, and we also update during the New York session. So that means twice a day we update these charts for our members so they get to see the moves before they happen. Right now, I want to show you euro US dollars just as a start and high level so you can see the perspective here. So you will see two things here. If you look at the euro, look at the 1 hour chart. We are focusing upside here. So this was on the 12th of May, right? But I want you to see where this comes from, right? Have a look at what we're looking for long term and what the structure means. So I want you to look at this daily chart that we posted back at the end of March. So what we are saying here is that we are looking for the euro to be giving us a three-wave structure. So that means whatever is happening with the euro right now is simply just building this B wave here. Okay, so let's have a look at how this B wave is being built. So that is the B wave that we are busy building, but it is not happening as a single zigzag as we initially forecasted, but it is still a B wave nonetheless. I'm going to go to the chart here and just show you exactly what we are looking at here, and that how things have not changed. So the B wave that you're looking at is this one here. Let's clear this out. So instead of having this B wave as a single zigzag here, we are having this as a flat correction, and we're expecting that this is going to make a three-wave structure here. That is your B, and that is what is happening with the euro. So the move that you're seeing to the downside is a B that we had forecasted. So this is a WXY structure here in the lower degree, but essentially what we're saying here is that you have got this, which is now your A. Let's have a look here, which is now your A. Let's just get them right. There we go. And this is now your B in the higher degree. And we'll be looking for the C to do this. So that's what is happening here. So the move to the downside, we're only expecting you to come down to this level. So if you're trading up to down, if you're trading this move to the downside, you should be trading it up to this level. And you'll see that that is the case for most of these US dollar charts. Let's have a look at the pound US dollar. I'm going to come back to the dollar index as well, or rather, maybe let's just go to the dollar index and then we're going to go to pound US dollar. So the dollar index has got a similar structure as well. Obviously, it's the inverse of euro US dollar. Let's see what the dollar index is doing. So you can see here again, the same thing. On the daily, we are saying that the dollar index is giving us a three-wave move to the downside, and that is the ABC that you see, ABC that you see in blue. But again, we are saying here that this B is not happening as a single line or as a single zigzag. It is happening as a corrective structure. So that's why we're expecting that we're going to have this pullback to the upside. How far will this go? That is why we are seeing the dollar strength, because the dollar is now building up this B. Let's have a look at what it looks like on a live chart. Let's go to the dollar index. So on the live chart, this is what the dollar index looks like. So exactly like Euro US dollar. Let me go to the daily, or I can do this on the 4-hour. So let me do this on the 4-hour so you can see. So let's just put that A, B, C structure that we're looking at. Remember, initially we're saying this is the B and then we're going to go down, but that structure has not changed. This simply means that the correction that we are looking for is this one here, is a flat, and that our B is not there, but rather here. So if you're trading the dollar index to the upside, just be mindful that this is what the dollar index is building. So now the question will be, is the dollar index going to the all-time highs, or is it just going to pull back and continue to the downside? So my view is that as far as the wave structure is showing us, our view has not changed. It's just we're gonna get a pullback to around these levels, and then we're gonna make a push to the downside, similar to what we're getting with Euro US dollar. Now, pound US dollar, same thing, and I'm going to show you again this. Remember what we've shown on pound US dollar for some time. We initially focused it like this, and this is why you will not lose money, because when you understand the structure, you'll keep trading in the right direction. So initially we said pound was going to give us a three-wave structure. We actually traded a couple of weeks back around the beginning of the year. This move to the downside, we even traded this move to the downside, because we were simply expecting that this was going to pull down here and make the new highs. Okay, so what is happening with pound US dollar? It looks like this structure is playing out as a complex B correction. Let's have a look at that complex B correction, which is like this here on pound US dollar. Still nothing has changed. You may just be having this as a 1, a 2, 3 before we make a push to the upside, where you've got your A here and this your B complex correction here, and then you have your C, and then we push to the upside, and then you have this as your move. Okay, so that's your move. Okay, so that will actually be your move. This will actually be the yellow and not the purple, right? So that's the biggest degree, higher degree here in the A and the B and your higher degree. So what you're seeing as a move to the downside, what you're seeing as the fundamentals supporting the strength in the US dollar, is simply building the structure. And that is the structure that we're looking for. So you could be trading to the downside, and that is why we are looking at those moves. So let's have a look at US dollar CAD. US dollar CAD has already played out the move that we've been expecting. Let's go to US dollar CAD. Right, so US dollar CAD, let's go to US dollar CAD, and then we'll do the rest of the US dollar pairs. Let's go back again. Let's see how we focused it there. US dollar CAD a couple of days back or weeks back. US dollar CAD has already completed that structure. Let's open it on the website. Let's go to the daily chart. Remember what we said on US dollar CAD back at the end of March when we updated the higher degree structures. This is a daily chart. We said US dollar CAD is going to do this, and it's going to push to the upside. We've already come down here. We're making a move to the upside, but so this is the move that is already played out. Okay, obviously not quite down to this level, but just around here, and we are now here with US dollar CAD. It has done this, and then the question is, are we going to go all the way to the upside? Let's have a look at it here. Right, so that's the move. This is what we've already forecasted. We've already got this move to the downside. Let me just put this back on the daily so you can relate it to what we have on the website. Let's have a look. Let's put this on the daily chart. Right. Remember, that's what we had. So we wanted to see this move. This is what we had. This is what we had. We wanted to see this breakdown here and make a move, right? So we've got this move to the downside. Has not quite broken to the downside, but it's starting to show signs of upside here. Will it just do this? That will not change the structure, because you still have your A, B, C structure here. And then we're going to look for a move to the upside. So let's watch what is going on here with US dollar CAD. So because of the short-term dollar strength, you could be seeing this push slightly higher before moving down. Let's have a look at this on the 4-hour, see exactly how this could be playing out. Let's have a look at the 4-hour chart. So there's a likelihood that on the 4-hour, this just comes here, takes this level here, like that. Have a look. Takes this level before coming to the downside. So let's watch this one up to this level for now. Right, so let's go to the rest. I'm not going to show you what we'd focused on the website again, but that is the rationale that we'd focused on those moves. So here, expect this to start to continue pushing to the upside. There is obviously divergence. We should see US dollar chief push to around those levels. But maybe let me show you this one as well. Let me show you this one as well. This is US dollar chief. Right, US dollar chief. Right, so remember a couple of weeks back, we've been showing you this. A couple of weeks back, we said this is going to do this and it's going to push to the upside. We've already broken lower here. We got to these levels and we are now on this move to the ups, or rather, the move to the upside has not started. We've broken down here. Okay, we are around these levels. Now we are starting to see signs of reversal. I need to draw this properly. We've got this move. We're now starting to see signs of reversal for this to start pushing to the upside. That is the structure that we are looking at. That WX to start pushing to the upside. So let me show that on the daily. We're starting to see that those signs of reversal. So we already have that move, that WX that you're looking at on purple. So we're starting to see that. So with the current indication of dollar strength, it will not be surprising to see US dollar chief start pushing to the upside in order for us to get that structure that we're looking for there, to get that structure. I'm just showing you here again. So that move has already played out. We are here. We want to see that start playing or start taking shape. That's how we're looking at that. Now, AUD and New Zealand is straightforward. Nothing has changed from what we've been focusing. Look at this one here. Right, so we had the move to the upside here. Let's have a look at those moves. Right, so this is quite straightforward, and I'm going to show you the history, short-term history that we're looking at. So it's simply here, what we're looking for. You've got a regular flat WXY, and we're looking for this one to continue pushing to the downside. But initially, we had said those that follow us on a weekly basis will remember that we've been looking for AUD US dollar to start dropping from around these levels. Okay, so now this is exactly how Euro US dollar is doing. Well, what Euro US dollar is doing. So initially, we had said AUD is going to do 1, 2, 3, and it's going to drop. But the market, or rather the correction, could take any form. And this is something that you cannot focus beforehand. But when it happens, you will be able to pick it up. So this is what we have here. Let me just show you the structure here. That is the three waves that we initially thought was going to play out here. Nothing has changed in terms of the overall direction. We know that this is downwards, but what we wanted to see here was that we've got 1, 2, 3, and we've got this 1, 2, 3 here in blue, 1, 2, 3, and then we've got these 5 waves here. I'm going to use yellow here for the 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this is a clear A, B, C, D move. Not a WXY, but a clear ABCD here with this regular flat ABC here, as you can see. So now, initially we said, okay, we are coming down. Doesn't come down, it makes a correction instead. Pushes to the upside, then we can see that this is actually making a regular flat. That is why we are on the downside. That is why we're seeing the dollar strength. That is why the fundamentals are supporting the dollar strength. And this one is pushing to the downside. That's what we're looking at there. And New Zealand, let's have a look at the New Zealand, similar. You can see here, New Zealand, exactly the same. Exactly the same. Initially, we said New Zealand was going to make a three-wave structure and push down. We got this to around this level, but did not go all the way down as we anticipated. When it made a move back here, we could see that it's actually just making a regular flat, and this is why we are down here, looking for this to continue to around these levels. That's why we're seeing the dollar strength. The US dollar ZAR, let's have a look at US dollar ZAR. All-time highs on US dollar ZAR. What does that mean on the overall structure? We've been saying that US dollar ZAR will pull back. Let's have a look here on the daily, just to show you the bigger structure on the US dollar ZAR. Let's show this even on the weekly, so that we can understand what's going on with the US dollar ZAR. Right now, if you look at this one here, you've got this structure here. I'm just going to show you this one here. You've got this structure, and US dollar ZAR seems to be pushing up. So you've got 1, 2, 3, you've got 4, and we're looking for this one to be pushing up. Okay, so if you just look at this one here, You can see that is not a 5-wave structure, but rather a WXY structure, because it violates the Elliott wave rules, in that if you're looking at this to be a wave 4, it should not touch that one. So in this case here, that is not a 5-wave structure. It violates the rules. It is actually a WXY XZ structure, and that's why you're looking for this one to push around these levels. Won't be surprising to see US dollar ZAR reach as high as 22. So there is a possibility for that to reach those levels. Right, let's go to the pound pair. So now the pound pairs have been pulled up with a dollar strength, but that is not the overall move on the pound pairs. I'm going to go back down to the daily and the 4-hour. So we've got short-term upsides on the yen pairs. So it won't be surprising to see US dollar yen push back up to these levels, build this structure, and continue pushing to the upside here and move to the downside. Okay, so you could have that structure on US dollar yen. So for now, a bit of a pullback is possible to around these levels with what we're seeing with the dollar strength. So I'm just going to go to the 4-hour. Most of them are looking like upside in this week, but that is not the overall move that we're looking at. You could even get this one making this as a flat correction here, and start continuing to push to the downside here. So we'll be monitoring this in this coming week as to exactly how it plays out. Won't be surprising to see those two scenarios playing out. So that is US dollar yen. Now another one here that we're seeing showing a signs of upside, this US dollar yen could come back around these levels. But overall, don't forget, and I've shown this a couple of weeks back, we don't forget just because we're seeing these recent moves. Remember what we are looking at with this US dollar, or rather pound yen. We are looking for this to eventually drop for many, many pips to the downside. Yes, this will take time. You can see this one pushing up here. But eventually what we're looking for is this, because we are looking for this to play out this structure. And we've seen this before. Okay, we've seen this before. I'll remind you next week, a structure that has already played this move, that this one could possibly replicate. Yes, we're going to have a bit of a push to the upside, but that is only short term. But we're looking for this to for an overall move to the downside. This on pound yen. Let's have a look at euro yen. Same. We're expecting pullbacks on euro yen like that before we get a move to the downside. Right. Chief yen, same thing. Right. So these moves on the yen pairs will not be sustainable. We could be looking for this one to do this here. 1, 2, yes, short-term upside. This one could even do a structure like this. Short-term upside, but eventually we're looking for this to drop. CAD yen. Okay. CAD yen, you can see the bigger structure here on the 4-hour, that this could potentially play this out. Yes, we could still push up here, make even a structure here, but eventually we're looking for this to drop. Still quite a lot that could happen around those levels, but we're looking for them to eventually drop. Same as New Zealand, right? New Zealand has already started playing out this structure. As you can see here, that's a flat correction. We're looking for this to play out these 3 waves up, 3 waves down, 3 waves up, WXY corrective structure eventually for this to start trading to the downside. Okay, guys, if you like what we do, please give us a thumbs up and also subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so, and hit that bell notification button so that you get an alert the next time we upload a video. Right, and if you'd like to join us, go to our website. You'll see the different options that we've got. We even got a cost special that is starting on the 29th. All right, so have a look at those. All right, this is the yen pairs. So yes, maybe short-term pullback because of the short-term dollar strength before we get a move to the downside. But what we're essentially looking for is these structures to play out on the yen pairs. Now, if the yen pairs are short-term upside, expect that the commodities will be pulling back as well. So 1, 2, 3 back here on gold, maybe a push to the upside. When the yen pairs start dropping, we should expect that the gold will start pushing to the upside. All right, so that's what we'll be looking at eventually. Let me go on the daily here, just see the bigger gold structure. All right, so let's have a look here at gold structure. So we've made so far a 3-wave move here. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that is on gold. Let's have a look here. My annotation is just lagging a bit there. So this is gold 1, 2, 3. It has made a three-way move. Possibilities are for this to start pulling back. So that pullback is what we're expecting as a push to the upside on the yen pairs before they drop. And when they drop, we expect gold to continue pushing to the upside. Will this be a WX, or is this the start of a 1, 2? Doesn't really matter, but the structure is telling us we're going to have a pullback before we push to the upside. That is on gold. Silver, similar. Remember the structure that we're looking at on silver, and this one could be the guide or an indicator of what to look for on the commodities. Let's have a look here. So you've got this on silver already. Let's push this up. Apologies, guys. I thought I'd paused there. I was just trying to change the battery on my mouse, but let's continue. Apologies for the silence there. So that's what was happening. Right, so let's continue. Still here. We're gonna continue. Right, so what we're looking for on silver is this. We are looking for a three-wave structure that is playing out as follows. Have a look at this structure here, this structure there, right? I don't know why it's delayed. Apologies, fix this.